looking for her head and her arm.
Holding back tears. With each breath, Carlos Robinson is uttering words no father wishes to speak.
A parent to have to deal with this type of trauma and tragedy is inconceivable. Just almost like I wake up to live in a nightmare every day.
He's living with the haunting image of his daughter, 19-year-old Sade Carlina Robinson's death.
She's out there, and I need to find her to be able to put her to rest properly.
Fox 6's Bria Jones spoke with Robinson's father tonight, who's looking for his daughter ahead of her memorial service.
Just hopeful that I'll find her. Her life flashes before me from an infant to now. I want to find her, but I know I have to find her. So it's an internal conflict.
How does it feel to be here today in Warnerman Park?
I could feel her just since I've been here, retracing her steps. This was definitely a demonic spirit to do this.
Robinson's car was found torched in body parts but later found across Milwaukee County.
Go to Maxwell Anderson's home?
No, they told me don't go there. So I'm trying not to go there.
Why? Who said not to go there?
The authority. She will always live forever within me, regardless.
We're following breaking news in the trial of Maxwell Anderson. He has been found guilty on all counts of murdering Sade Robinson. I want to get right out. Sade Robinson's father is speaking to our Bria Jones. That interview is happening right now, so let's listen in.
Well, my daughter shouldn't have had to go through this at all.
Yeah. What would you say, because I'm saying you are different emotions. You've been very composed. What are your nights like now? Are you able to sleep? You think you'll finally be able to rest at this point?
I don't know. I ask myself, what is normal? What does normal feel like? With the thoughts I have and the visions I have, how can life be normal? I don't even know what normal is or how to feel or how to think. I think everybody that knew my daughter knew she was a good person. I always try to instill that in her. There's no way you can tarnish that because your reputation speaks for itself. They did try to make certain innuendos or whatever, but my daughter was a good person. She's always been, always. So what is what people see. People see who you really are. Bad people can do good things and good people can do bad things. But if you're a good person that does good things, it resonates with everybody. I never even knew it was possible to cry this much. And I've never been an emotional person. Sometimes I'm in my car going to work in the morning and I just start crying. It's no method to the madness. I can't control it. I think the last interview we did, you said I was crying. I didn't even know I was crying. I don't even remember half the interview. I don't know. Initially, I wanted to take justice out in my own hands. By them doing that, it prevented me from doing that. Because I wanted to find out where my daughter was. And I knew I can get that information. So it's bittersweet. You can't be in the wrong place at the wrong time when you show up on camera when my daughter's car has been on fire. That's not coincidence. There's no way that's coincidence. That you're on a bus at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was, with a backpack that nobody's found, wearing different clothes that you were wearing the previous night. There's no way you can explain that. Nowhere.
Is it uneasy that we still don't really know what happened to Sade, or do you feel like you do?
I want to know, and I don't want to know. It's just like when I met you last year and I was out here searching, and I want to find her, but then I don't want to find her because I'm scared of what's going to happen once I find her.
How do you want Sade to be remembered as we move on to the next chapter here?
As a beautiful soul that blessed everybody she came in contact with. She really was that person. She was good heart. She loved everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, or religion. She loved everybody.
What do you say to her? Because I may see you dream about it. What do you say to her in your dreams? Or in your prayers?
I tell her I'm coming sometimes because I've always been there for her. Whenever she had a problem, whenever somebody was bothering her, she would call me. I was her guardian, pretty much. And I handled anything that bothered her. I told her I never want her fighting, even though I told her how to fight. I taught her different stuff or whatever, but I told her whenever you need me, whenever somebody bothers you, you call me and I'll take care of it. When she got picked on at school, I was there. When her mom's boyfriend did something she didn't like, I was there. It didn't matter. She called me. I was always there. And when she was with me, there was never a time I didn't know where she was or what was going on, so I could protect her if I needed to, if I could. And when she was kidnapped from me and taken to Milwaukee, that took a lot out of me to not be able to be there for her.
Thank you.
Sade Robinson's story is shrouded in mystery, and even with the recent verdict of her unaliver Maxwell Anderson, who was found guilty on all 4 counts, that still leaves a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, where's the rest of her body? Where's her head at? Why did she even choose to go out with him? How was she even unalived? I mean, so many things that are still unanswered. But I want to focus a little bit on her dad in this video. There are a ton of people who were coming to the conclusion about Sade Robinson, not based upon evidence, but just based upon popular narratives. Many just assumed she was a self-hating divester or swirler who had no father figure in her life. I saw people saying all kind of horrible things about her, but I didn't see really any evidence of those things. In fact, it actually seemed like she had a good relationship with her dad, and there is nothing that points to her having any hatred towards herself, towards her community, or even towards Black men. Her dad mentioned a few times the way he would try and protect his daughter Sade when he was with her, and even how he taught her to fight and try to take care of herself. We also know that Sade did not grow up around her father, however, and based upon the information mentioned in Sade's foundation or Sade's voice, it seems he mostly saw her over summers and that the mom had primary custody. At one point when she was older, she did go to live with her dad long term, and evidently excelled in school during that time period. But then she hit some other mental challenges and went back with her mom. Her mom was open about the fact that over the years, Sade had suffered through physical and even sexual abuse. But in spite of all of that, she was able to succeed and live on her own, pursuing school and successfully taking care of herself. We see that her dad loved her. I mean, both of her parents did, really, in spite of their personal or family challenges. And Sade did seem like she was such a bright young woman. But another thing we have to really consider today and in these kinds of scenarios is not just the impact of a father or a mother, but the impact and influence of social media. While we may assume that any woman who dates outside of her race is a self-hating swirler or divester who hates Black men and doesn't like their father or doesn't have a father around, that just is not the case. First of all, we can't assume that just because somebody dates outside of their race, that they just hate themselves. Like, I just don't think that's true. There are ladies out there who are simply enamored with the idea of being with a white man because of his perceived sense of wealth, clout, and social status that is so often portrayed online. I mean, having someone come alongside you and alleviate any financial burden or just ultimately introduce you to an elevated lifestyle is appealing, especially to women. And this is exactly what we see modern relationships promoting. The soft life, hypergamy living, that you don't have to settle for an average man. No, you can level up and get you a man who's going to give you a good elevated lifestyle. And so often this elevated lifestyle is connected to a white man who is oftentimes perceived as rich and oftentimes older. This is the norm today, and it is constantly being fed to the brains of young women. This is the environment Sade Robinson was introduced to. And this is the environment that young ladies are introduced to every single day. There's a lot of mystery still around why she ended up going on a date with Maxwell Anderson, why she ended up going on a date with her unaliver. And even her dad was confused knowing that that was not her type. Also take into consideration the almost 15 years age gap between them both. And we can only wonder, did social media influence her to date him? And is all the propaganda we see about hyper-capitalistic, materialistic love and swirling that's flooding the internet leading young women astray, even if they have loving parents? I mean, what do y'all think? How do you think the hypergamy, soft life, luxury, swirling, divesting dating channels, how is this influencing the mind, the dating expectations of young ladies today, even of mature women? I'm just curious. You guys, let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten this far, bye.